sun is shining, the weather is heating up as the calendar shifts to mid-May. What's also getting hot? The push to the playoffs in Southwest Ohio high school baseball. A non-conference GMC SWAC showdown on ICRC today, featuring the Big Blue of Hamilton visiting the Wildcats of Harrison High School. A pleasant good afternoon to you, everybody. Here from Harrison High School, the baseball field. Patrick Escher with you, the rest of our great ICRC crew for this tremendous matchup. We'll see two pretty good-looking teams as we get toward the playoffs at the end of the regular season here in high school baseball in Southwest Ohio. Harrison comes in, overall record 16-8. They're 13-2 in the SWAC this season, and for the Big Blue, 16-7 overall, 10-7 this year in the GMC, and they're coming off a couple of big wins as well. There's a look at your Harrison starting pitcher. His name is Carter Daniel. And Daniel this year making his 8th appearance, 25 1/3 innings, 4-1 record, 33 strikeouts, 1.737 whip, and a 3.59 ERA this year for Daniel. And the Big Blue will throw out there their signature offense that has really carried them throughout this year. A lot of big bats on this Big Blue team. We're coming off huge wins yesterday against Kings at a 10-2 win at home, and then on Monday they beat arch rival Baden by a 4-run margin of 8-4. Maddox Pennington will lead off, use the DH today for the Big Blue. It'll be Pennington, Curtis Reed, and Curtis Moak due up here in the top half of the first inning for the Hamilton Big Blue. First meeting between these two teams since April 15th of 2017, when Hamilton won 11-9 on this field here in Harrison. And we'll see what Carter Daniel can throw out there on the mound for this Wildcats team, as it's the Big Blue and the Wildcats here from Harrison this afternoon. Patrick Escher, rest of our great ICRC crew, and the game is on here from Harrison. First pitch a little outside, that time for Daniel. As Maddox Pennington will look for the second one here. Now unable to nudge the outside corner. 73rd at bat of the year for Maddox Pennington. 34 runs on 31 hits, 431 average. Is the DH today, and we'll line this one up the middle for a leadoff single. Sliding it past the Harrison second baseman in blank. 1 on and 1 out here in the top half of the first inning. We expect this game to be fairly close, and these two teams seemed fairly next to each other as well in the playoff picture. We'll talk about that after this top half of the first inning. There's some early conferences on the mound here for Carter Daniel, the Harrison pitcher.
Now batting number 2, the shortstop, Curtis.
Curtis Reed is next up for Hamilton. He's the shortstop. Senior making his 60th at bat of the season. Bats .458. With a man on first in Pennington, and there is your starting three for Hamilton in the offensive lineup today. Moak is due up next after Reed hits, the second man. And then Devin Fath, McCain Stevens, Matthew Gold, the middle of your Hamilton order today. We'll see Lip, Rogers, and Alcorn rounded out 7, 8, and 9. As Reed will step out here momentarily, the two-hitter in the lineup with Pennington at first, and we have more trouble here on the mound as another conference with Carter Daniel. His catcher Mason Dalio coming out there to talk. As Reed awaiting that 1-0 pitch, only seen one this at bat. It is an absolutely gorgeous day for baseball here in Harrison. Sun is out, few clouds in the sky. A little windy, but we'll make do. A lot warmer than it has been here as of late in Southwest Ohio. So Daniel here will deliver the second pitch of the at-bat to Curtis Reed. Never mind, check over there to first. And back in time is Maddox Pennington. Pennington has stolen 5 bases this year. Third most on the Big Blue roster. 1-0. Chin music that time, the count moves to 2-0. See what Carter Daniel comes out here for this next pitch. In the air, this will get out of play, foul over there on the first base side. As the count shifts to 2 balls and 1 strike. Carter Daniel, the senior, and again making appearance number 8 on the year, one of the top starting pitchers in the rotation this year for Harrison. There's a 2-1 coming here to Reed. In the air to right. Right fielder is coming over there in Haney, and that's going to be a catch. Runner will tag there over to second. That would be Pennington, and he is into second base safely. The ball trickles away there, and Pennington able to move to third. As the throw came off, Wildcats kind of a little bit of trouble to get that cleanly into second base, and aboard at third is Pennington with 1 out here in the first. It's a good fly ball catch by Haney out there in right for Harrison.
Now batting the catcher, number 6, Curtis.
What ended up happening was some trouble for the Wildcats getting in, and Pennington, even though there's 1 out, he is at third for a sacrifice situation. This is Curtis Moak, the catcher and the 3-hitter. There's really trouble here for the Wildcats. Hamilton this year 5th in the GMC. They're 1 win behind Lakota East. A stacked conference in baseball the GMC is this year, which is inside of Moak. Hamilton a 500 team as of late. They are 5-5 in their last 10. 2-0 is Daniel having some early trouble in this at bat. Pennington is still over there on third base for the Big Blue. As Curtis Moak hits an at bat number 59 on the year, 21 hits, 362 average with 25 RBIs this season for Moak the junior. And those 25 RBIs by far lead the team. Two-one. Chop foul out of play over there on the third base side. Daniel here will have a chance to get it out with a 2-2 count. Strike 3 called, a little late call there as Curtis Moak strikes out swinging. Strikes out looking, I should say. And there's the second out here, the first inning. Another look at that pitch. At the bottom of the zone there, mentioned kind of a later signal for the call by the umpire. Pitch is low to Devin Fath. He is the cleanup man today for a 1-0 count. Again, still got Maddox Pennington over there on third. You see on the left side of your screen. Moak, the 4th hitter here in this inning. Pitch misses outside. Count moves to 2-0. Fath this season for Hamilton at bat number 64, has a couple of doubles on the year, 14 RBI, 317 hitter. Waves at that one, and it's 2-1. Two men out here in the top half of the first. No score, Hamilton and Harrison. 2-1 on the way. Daniel delivers. Grounder to shortstop. That is Saddam over there, and he's going to make the throw to get Fath in time. It's a good job by Harrison to get out of that inning as Pennington was over there on third base, and the Wildcats strand him. Do not allow a run in this top half of the first inning. Take a look at our keys to the game here coming up in this one, as we are in the middle half of the first inning. That is complete between the Wildcats and the Big Blue here on a beautiful day in Harrison. So here are your keys to the game. Last meeting between these two teams, like I mentioned, happened in 2017, April 15th of that year. Big Blue defeated Harrison in a close one. 11-9 was the score. Interesting note coming into this game, a lot of offense we expect to be scored. Each team leads their respective conference in runs scored per game. Hamilton at 7.7 on the year, and the GMC and Harrison at 9 runs per game over in the SWAC. And we talked about those playoffs coming up. They start next week on Tuesday. Hamilton an 8 seed in Southwest 2 regional action. Harrison a 13 seed. For the Big Blue, the 8 seed means they'll take on 31 seeded Winton Woods next Tuesday at home in the first round of the playoffs. For Harrison, it's a matchup with Conference Pro Talawanda, who's the 16th seed. And the winner of that game on Tuesday here in Harrison will take on either Lakota West or LaSalle. Both of them are the 9 and 12 seeds, respectively. So that playoff time is heating up here in Southwest Ohio as we get into the latter stages of the baseball season, the spring sports season, the school year. Hard to believe we're already there, but summertime right around the corner. And both of these teams are looking forward to the tournament beginning next week. There's your Hamilton starting pitcher. His name is Jordan Zapata. And Jordan comes in with stats on the mound, making his start number 10 of the year. 24 innings pitched, 5-1 record, 19 strikeouts, and an ERA for Zapata of 0.875. He has been extremely effective this year. Number 15 has on the Hamilton mound. DJ Diesman is in center field today for Harrison. He's going to lead the Wildcats off in this top half of the first inning here. As we go get that underway, no score between Hamilton and Harrison in our matchup today. Diesman, multi-sport athlete, will step in for the Wildcats. Senior bats .349 on the year. 15 hits, 12 runs for Diesman at bat number 44. First delivery, grounded there to the hole and right, and that'll get through for a single. Goes between lip and goal over there at first and second base. Diesman aboard on the first pitch on the ground ball to right. Look there at the swing for DJ Diesman. Got through that one pretty well, jumping on the first offering from Zapata. So he's aboard and definitely a steal threat. On first base, Cam Herring is in left field today. He's going to bat next. And the first thing that Zapata does, check over there on first. Diesman is back in time. DJ, 10 stolen bases this season is enough to lead his Wildcats team. Herring showing bunt, pulls it back, and the breaking pitch there. First offering makes it 1-0. Cam Herring, the senior, 302 average this season. We take a look at that Harrison starting lineup. Daniel is due up next for 1, 2, and 3 hole here in this top half of the first. Eastman again pulling out a bunt there, but can't get it down. And it's 1-1. Dalio, Zuber, and Combs is the middle of this Harrison lineup. And Dawson Hain is going to be defensively in right field. He's not going to bat. Grant Morris, the DH in the 7 hole, is going to bat for Haney. And you got Saddam and Blank, shortstop at second base, bat 8 and 9 in this Harrison lineup today. 1-1 is outside, 2-1. Zapata here facing a little bit of early adversity with Diesman on first base. Nobody out in this bottom half of the inning. 2-1, runner goes, bunt is down, right back to the pitcher. Zapata kind of fumbles it, the throw to first, not in time. And aboard is Herring with a bunt single. And 2 men are on base here in the first inning for Harrison. Little hit and run action there, hit and bunt I should say, and Herring getting that one down. Right back to Zapata, kind of fumbled that one to his right side there on the mound. Good throw over to first base, just not in time to grab Cam Herring. And Here's Carter Daniel, your pitcher, trying to help himself out in the 3 spot today. With a couple ducks on the pond here, nobody out in the first. First offering will reach the strike zone on the outside corner. Carter Daniel on the batter's box this year, .455 hitter. At bat number 56 of the year, he has 3 triples this year. 1 double, more triples than doubles. They'll get down a bunt or try to. It's fouled, third base side. Try again as Daniel had a man on third base with 1 out back in the top half of the first inning as he was on the mound for Harrison. And got out of it scoreless. Pitcher against pitcher here in this at bat. It's 0-2. Curveball that time, that's chopped foul on the first base side. As Daniel the lefty will step into the box, look at the sign from his third base coach. Again, you got Diesman over there on second, Herring is on first, and Daniel's gonna look at strike 3. Thought it was inside, kind of turned away from it. Hopefully an umpire says it was on the inside corner and there's 1 out. Here in the first, we'll get another look.
Foul batting, number 22, Mason Dalio.
Dalio's up next for the Wildcats. Mason Dalio bats cleanup today. Senior at .389 this year, 55th at bat, 21 hits, 19 runs. And there's ball 1. So that was a big strikeout last at bat for Zapata. Still has to get through this meat of the Harrison order though with a couple ducks on the pond here in the first. 2-0 on the high pitch. Jordan is the first Hamilton pitcher, the sophomore, to reach 10 appearances on the year on the mound. Another one that has 9 is Ethan Stone, also a sophomore. 2 key parts of this Hamilton pitching rotation on the hill this season. And the Big Blue have gotten some pretty good pitching from their top guys. Young guys too. Zapata, sophomore, like I mentioned, so is Stone. You got Jonathan Alcorn, Luke Cundiff also made multiple appearances on the mound this year. They're sophomores. It's a young Hamilton team. A lot of good up-and-comers make the future bright for this Big Blue program. 3-1 is the count to Mason Dalio. Trying to bring some runners home here for the Wildcats in the home half of the first inning. Hitters count, decided to look at the pitch, and Dalio will reach on a walk. They're loaded with 1 out in the first. Here's Braden Zuber.
Now batting, number 11.
Let's look at Diesman over there on third base. Dalio on first now, Herring is at second. This is Zuber at the plate for Harrison. Senior making at bat number 63 on the year. He's a .403 hitter. Pitch is outside the first offering and it is 1-0. In the air, shallow right. Alcorn right fielder coming in, but the second baseman Gold's gonna make the catch. Runners are gonna stay at their bases as they hold Diesman on third. Ball not deep enough for the tag. 2 outs here in the first, we remain scoreless. There's the fly out there for Zuber. So that's lucky for Jordan Zapata. He will now just need 1 more out to get out of this inning scoreless. As you have Combs to the plate now for Harrison. Kane, the junior 318 hitter, making at bat number 45 this year. First pitch is high. Couple extra base hits this year for Combs as well. 13 RBI. Stolen base in there too. Chance to do some damage here in his 6th hole today in this first inning. Put some early pressure on the Big Blue. Try to do that here. Ground ball to second. Cole kind of fumbles it, and he's not going to have a play. Good job there by Matthew Cole to get over to that ball, but kind of misplayed it as it hopped off his glove. Scoring on the play is Diesman. And the Wildcats on that infield hit are going to take the 1-0 lead in this one. Unsure if that's going to be a hit or an error, as we'll get another look at it here. Likely an error, as Cole played it off his glove that time. First pitch is a strike to the new hitter at Grant Morris for Harrison. 1-0 Wildcats able to take advantage of the bases being loaded here in this first inning. Morris the junior at 358 on the year. A hold of this one to right. Hops off Stevens into the outfield. Another run comes in and they remain loaded. That time Cam Herring scoring on the RBI single for Morse. 2-0 Wildcats as they're hitting it right at the Hamilton infielders. Well, they come up with plays with a Big Blue. Hard hit ground ball that Stevens just couldn't handle and hopped over him into left. So there's an RBI for Grant Morse, and for him, RBI number 14 of the season. Here's Anthony Saddam. Shortstop will step in here, batting in the 8 hole today. Couple runners on, a hold of this one is second. Nice job though by Cole to field it cleanly, step on the bag, and the festivities here in the first. But the Wildcats grab a pair of runs on the bases loaded situation. And they have the 2-0 lead here after our initial inning of play. To the second we go after this on ICRC-TV.
On air or online, this is media for your community. This is ICRC-TV.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
3, 2, 1.
Beautiful day in Harrison, Ohio. About to start the second inning here between the Hamilton Big Blue and the Harrison Wildcats. An early 2-0 lead for the hometown Wildcats, as they got a couple of hits back in that first inning, and Hamilton to bat as we reach the top half of the second here at the Harrison High School baseball field. Second to last regular season game of the year for both of these teams. They are both in action tomorrow. Harrison will pay a visit to the Bonners of St. X, a 5 o'clock start. And Hamilton is on the road at Fairfield over at Nuxle Field at 5 o'clock start as well for the Big Blue. And then playoffs start on Tuesday. Hard to believe we're at that point in the year already. Is Carter Daniel back out there for inning of work number 2 for the Wildcats, and the first pitch is low to your new Hamilton hitter in McCain and Stevens. Which is a strike on the outside corner. Caden Stevens at the plate, the senior, 203 hitter this year, and the umpire says he went on that one. 16 RBI in the year for Stevens. And they're striked around the outside corner. Carter Daniel very efficient in that at bat, and there's one out here in the second. As Matthew Goldie, second baseman, will be up next for Hamilton. Saw a lot of defensive action in that last half inning. A lot of balls were hit over to him. First pitch is low there to Gold. Matt with 10 hits on the year and 41 at bats. That's a .244 average. And he's in a 6th spot today. 2-0 coming from Daniel. 3-0. Make sure you stay tuned as our next half inning break. We'll talk a little bit about the Wildcats and their SWAC championship this year in baseball. As Harrison atop the league this season with a very talented team. There's a walk and a 4-pitch walk to Goal. He's aboard here in the second.
Number 5, Jamison Lip.
Big part of the title was on that guy, Carter Daniel, both on the mound and at the plate. Big time leader on this Harrison team this season. They butted heads with some pretty big time teams in the area as well. As the first pitch is outside here to Jamison Lip, first baseman. 200 average on the year for Lip, making it bat number 16. We're seeing a few guys start today for Hamilton. I don't often get a chance to start in a game with it being late in the season. Playoffs are coming up. Coaches giving their top guys some rest. As we're down to a couple of games left. 1-1. Ground ball to first, played there by Zuber, goes to second for the force. There's not a throw at first. As Zuber was away from the bag playing the ball that got hit to him, and then Daniel just forgot to go cover the base. So only get one on that play, but it does create 2 outs here in the inning.
Outbound number 30.
Played a charge in on that one by Zuber. You watch Daniel just kind of standing there, forgot last second that he had to move over to first. So reaching on the fielder's choice, I guess you could say, is Lip. And here's Chris Rogers, the left fielder. This will be a foul ball into the parking lot on the right side of the field. Chris Rogers, the senior, 209 hitter this year, 255 OBP. Up with 2 outs here in the second. And a swing and a miss on the first offering. The second offering, I should say. It's 0-2. Runner over there at first is Jamison Lip. 2 outs here in the second inning. Swing and a miss. And there is the strikeout to end that second inning. Good job by Daniel to get out of it. But you're allowing the base runner there on the fielder's choice as Rogers is retired here. Get another look at that last pitch. Right down Broadway, just unable to make contact with it was Chris Rogers. The Wildcats here will talk things over before they bat in the bottom half of the second. So again, we mentioned the 2021 SWAC champions are the Harrison Wildcats. 13-2 was their conference record this year. Some big time wins against a SWAC conference that the top of it is actually pretty talented this year. Harrison, of course, right up there with everybody else. As you look at the top of that SWAC conference this year, you got Harrison, 3 wins in front of Talawanda right now in second place. Brave put together a very talented team this year. They're cooking going into the tournament when those two teams meet in the first round on Tuesday. Ross is in third place. They've put together some big wins as well this year with their 9-5 SWAC record. And then Edgewood, no sleeper either, going into the state tournament with their 9-6 SWAC record this year. And of course, you got Northwest and Mount Healthy to line out the SWAC this season. But Harrison team, they can hit, they can pitch, they can field. You can do a lot of stuff that, of course, the other teams in the SWAC can't just do as well atop the conference this year. So congratulations to the 2021 SWAC champs and the Harrison Wildcats. And it is the Wildcats that will bat here in this bottom half of the second inning. We'll see the 9-man Nathan Blankup, who's at second base today. The junior steps in batting .333 on the year. Will make at bat number 43 this season. 8 RBI on the year for Blank. And game number 21 of the season for him. Zapata back out there on the Hamilton mound. Blank will line it to short. And Curtis Reed, a nice catch there for out number 1 of the inning. Curtis in the right place at the right time on that liner. Soft little one that he's able to catch in the glove. Good start to the inning there for Zapata. And back to the top of the order we go. DJ Diesman is going to bat here in the left-handed box with 1 out in the second. First pitch to him is high and away. DJ singled last time up. Part of that bottom of the first inning that produced 2 runs for the Wildcats. And this will be a nice single into left. He's been aboard with a pair of hits today, a pair of singles. And he will take first base here with 1 out in the second as Herring is up next. Cam also singled today. Another look at your swing here for DJ Diesman, the senior. Beautiful base hit there in the hole on the left side of the infield. A little opposite field action that time for Diesman. So he's on base, Herring at the plate. They'll check over on Diesman. He is there in time. Again, DJ has stolen 10 bases this year to lead his Wildcats team. As a team, Harrison has stolen 44 bases this season. Popped up, shallow right, second baseman Goal. Moving over to his right, make that catch for out number 2 here in the second. And the routine fly and Goal. Matthew Goal has been pretty busy today over there at second.
Now batting number 15, the pitcher, Carter Daniel.
So here's Carter Daniel, your pitcher, and he struck out last time up. Looking at a pitch on the inside corner. 2 men are out here in the bottom half of the second. Diesman, the leadoff man, is on first, and he's going to go. They pitch out, throw to second. Plenty of time there, but Diesman sliding around the tag. As Curtis Reed had that ball in plenty of time, but Diesman, a great job to get around it. DJ in there for a stolen base, number 11 on the year. Look at this beautiful throw from Moak behind the plate, and an even nice pick there. I guess that was what caused the throw to not be in time by Reed. Was he had to get that ball there out of the dirt. And sliding in was Diesman. Chop to left. This is going to be in the shallow part of the outfield, and it will drop for a hit. Diesman around third. He's going to score. And an RBI single for Carter Daniel, the pitcher, helping himself out. It wasn't pretty, but it got the job done. And it's 3-0 Wildcats.
Now batting the catcher, number 22.
So that's Diesman scoring run number 2 in the game for the Wildcats. As Daniel just kind of hooked this one out there toward left, hoping it would drop in fair territory, and that's in fact what it did. Have a weak little fly ball in that hole, and nobody able to really get to it in time between Reed, the shortstop, and Rogers, who's in left field. Mason Dalio's up now for Harrison. 1-0. This This is going to be in the air again to left. Routine fly ball, though. Rogers will find his way under it and make the grab to end the festivities here in the second. The Wildcats tack on another run as Deesman scores from the RBI single by Carter Daniel. 3-0 Harrison will go to the third after this on ICRC-TV.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Ohio, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Hello everyone and welcome to ICRC-TV Sports.
The Wildcats come up big.
Leadoff taken, and we're going for the stolen base.
Well, pretty exciting, especially if you're a Harrison Wildcats fan.
Top of the third inning is about to get started here at the Harrison baseball field from Harrison High School. Patrick Etchen, rest of our great ICRC crew on hand for this one. A beautiful mid-May day here in Hamilton County, and it's 3-0. The hometown Wildcats leading the Big Blue from Hamilton. As Jonathan Alcorn will get things going here for the Big Blue in this inning to start them off at the plate. Carter Daniel, inning number 3 of work for him. We'll get started here. And he's been pretty good, pitching 2 scoreless to this point in the game. There is Jonathan Alcorn in right field today, and will foul this one back to the fence on the first pitch. Sophomore is Jonathan Alcorn, 240 hitter and his 26th at bat of the year now. 6 hits for him on the year, 3 RBIs, on base percentage of .321. Another foul ball to the screen back behind the plate, and 0-2. Mentioned the weather, it is a nice day here, but that wind continues to pick up at times. Blowing pretty heavy from right field in toward the plate. This is a foul ball. He gets out of play behind home plate, and yeah, that's what we're talking about here. It could get pretty heavy at times, this wind. Blowing in from right. .0-2, another foul ball. Alcorn stays alive here. As that get out of play here behind home plate. Carter Daniel really helped himself out there back in the second at the plate. Got an RBI single to make it a 3-0 game on a play that scored Deesman. Swing and a miss. Alcorn is down on strikes. Second straight strikeout of this game for Carter Daniel. Go back to the top of the order here for Hamilton. Another look at this pitch.
Now batting number 13, Maddox Pennington.
Alcorn was close, just couldn't make contact on it. Maddox Pennington, who singled his last time up to the plate for Hamilton. First pitch hits the outside corner. And Daniel seems to be getting more and more comfortable here as the game has gone on with his placement. Pennington a DH today. Ground ball to second. Blank is there for the routine throw. Suter kind of reaching out there to make that catch at first base. And there's 2 outs here in the third. Pennington is retired with the ground out. And here's Curtis Reed, the shortstop. 2 outs in the third inning. Curtis flew out to right his last time up. Chance to go 1-2-3 here for Daniel. Fly ball, right center field, kind of toward the gap. Able to get over there was Haney and make the catch. And 1-2-3, they in fact go here in this top half of the third inning. Wildcats still holding on to that 3-0 lead. We're back in a moment on ICRC-TV.
On air or online, this is media for your community. This is ICRC-TV.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique.
And your mother.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
Wildcats here as we start the bottom of the third inning in Harrison. It's kind of a bit of a struggle here for the Big Blue offensively and defensively. In the first part of this one, Hamilton will try to grab some momentum here on the defensive side of things in this bottom half of the third. Beautiful day at Harrison High School. Patrick Escher with the rest of our great ICRC crew is on hand for this one. We're going to see Braden Zuber lead things off, the first baseman for the Wildcats here in this third inning. Braden flew out his last time up, number 11 there in white. And there's Jordan Zapata starting inning number 3 of work on the mound for Hamilton. Pretty good crowd on hand for this one as well. Lots of Big Blue fans traveling down the road from Hamilton. Of course, Harrison with their hometown crowd showing up as well. A lot of people in green today. Pitches outside. A lot of Big Blue fans over there on that third base side. They travel well anywhere they go. 2-0 as the count moves there to Zuber. Strike one, and it's 2-1 to Braden Zuber. Zuber, the senior, hitting .403 this year, 2-1. Will get fouled out of play on the first base side toward the batting cages. All the way over there. Two-two offering from Zapata. Beautiful breaking ball third base side, and that's going to just be foul. Barely out of play there for Zuber. Is going to have to do it again. Stays alive at 2-2. And there's Sean Souders, I believe, Harrison head coach, trotting out to left field to grab it. Here's some effort. 2-2. Breaking ball, got a hold of this one in the air. And there's a catch by Gold, the second baseman. A little fly out on the blooper from Zuber. Out number 1 here, the third. Cade Combs comes up next for Harrison.
Now batting number 7.
He kind of reached on an error his last time up, got an RBI 2 back in the first. A couple of plays that Hamilton made on hard hit balls in the infield, where they just weren't able to come up with the ball. Here's another hard hit ground ball. Reed, the shortstop, coming in, makes a great play to get Combs in time at first base. Good stretch too by the first baseman in Lip. There's Curtis Reed kind of moving over to his right to make that play. Here's the swing from Combs.
Now batting number 5, the V8.
Hustled his way down the line with Curtis Reed. The Travis play, great stretch there by Lip at first. Pitch is going to hit the outside corner on the first offering to Grant Morse, who had an RBI single his first time up as the DH today. 2 outs here in the third. Breaking ball there, right back to Curtis Reed at shortstop. And there is out number 3 here of this third inning. Or did they say safe? I believe they ruled that Lip was off the bat there. Or did he drop it? Beautiful throw from Reed on the routine play. And he had Lip. Couldn't come up with it. So I beg your pardon, safe at first base is Morse. And he's aboard in this third inning where there are 2 outs. And next to the plate is Anthony Sedan. There's a strike to the shortstop. So Zapata's going to have to work a little bit more here to get out of this third inning. With Morse over there on first base. And it's 1-1. Ground ball to the whole left side. Reed's trying to dive for it, but past his glove, and they're at first and second. And here with 2 outs. Curtis Reed maybe a little shaken up after that play as he's down on one knee. Slowly gets back to his feet. It's been a tough inning for Curtis Reed. 3 ground balls hit to him. Only one of them resulting in and out. As a good swing that time from Sedan to get the single. With Nathan Blank coming up, there's no look at the play. Reed a good job to try to dive for it, but it just snuck under his glove there toward the edge of the grass. And playing with that right leg a little bit. Swing and a miss on the first offering to Nathan Blank, the second baseman. 1-1 is his count. So they're at first and second with 2 outs here in this third inning. Blank will look at that one go by for a ball. And we'll see if Lip's dropped throw that occurred on Grant Morse's at bat is going to haunt the Big Blue and all on defense. Talked about coming in, they need a big inning here to try to stay in this one, keep their momentum. Still a close game though in the run count as of right now at 3-0 Harrison. 1-2 pitch comes here to Blank. Ground ball right to the pitcher. Cole comes up with it though. As it caught behind Zapata, and Cole is going to step on the bag there at second to retire the side here in inning number 3. And it is 3-0. Harrison takes the lead to the 4th. We are back in a moment right here on ICRC-TV.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Ohio. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Ohio, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to ICRC-TV Sports.
The Wildcats come up big.
leadoff taken, and we're going for the stolen base.
Well, pretty exciting, especially if you're a Harrison Wildcats fan.
Number 6, Curtis Moak.
Harrison High School, where we are today. There's the beautiful brand new Miami Whitewater Elementary on the grounds here of Harrison High School. That thing was just a bunch of steel in the fall when we were here for football season. Beautiful brand new school now. Part of the Harrison School District. One of the many elementaries for this district here in northwest Hamilton County. This is Curtis Moak to the plate, and he'll smoke a single there to right to get things going in the top half of the 4th inning. And aboard for the first time today is Curtis Moak. Patrick Eshel with you here. Rest of our tremendous ICRC crew working hard behind the scenes to bring this one to you. And Smoke getting a hold of that ball over there to right. Our great camera crew and people working in the truck providing you the great replays, graphics today. Pleasure for all of us to bring this one to you here on a beautiful spring day in Harrison. First one is out of play to Devin Pfaff. Bounces around the parking lot there, the foul ball. So we're in the top of the 4th inning. Man on first base, and over there, Ed Curtis Moak. And your count is 0-1 to Devin Pfaff. What check over there by Daniel was pretty close. Smoke kind of trotting back to the bag there on his feet. Daniel working for inning number 4. One and one as the pitch misses outside to Pfaff. Daniel checking over there on Curtis Moak again over at first base. Moak has 4 stolen bases on the year. Hamilton as a team has stolen 51 this season. 1-1 is high and in. Two and one is your count. Daniel's been good, scoreless through 3. Some trouble here though in the 4th. Three and one. Wind has calmed down just a little bit from where we were in the last half inning. Flag's still moving a bit, but much less of a factor at this point of the game. Of course, as soon as I say that, it's going to pick up. Here's a low pitch to Pfaff. He's on with a walk. There's 2 men on base. Nobody out in the 4th. Caden Stevens is next up for the Big Blue.
Now batting number 8, Caden Stevens.
He has struck out today, and that was his last time up, Caden. Senior again, a 203 hitter this season, steps into the right-handed batter's box for Hamilton. 3-0 your score in the 4th. Stevens showing bunt, nothing there. They're going to call a strike as the bat was still extended when the pitch came through, and the runners are going to stay at first and second. You got Moak on second, Pfaff is on first. Daniel having to overcome some adversity here in this inning. Nobody out in the 4th. Another bunt shown there by Stevens. Coming right in as Daniel will get the play at first. There's your out on the sack. So the bunt there by Stevens moves the runners to scoring position. Second and third they are now with 1 out. Smoke moves 90 feet away. Pfaff is now at second. And a good job there by Daniel to charge in, make the play. Don't try to be too cute or fancy with it. Get the out, the guaranteed out over there at first. So there's Moak. And he is threatening here potentially the first run for Hamilton. Matthew Goal is up. He's at second base today. Had a walk his last time up. There's Daniel's first one there is high. Just missing 2-0. As Dalio trying to frame that one. Behind the plate. They got back here for Matthew Goal, and the Big Blue tie run is at the plate in this fourth inning. Ground ball is going to get through that hole on the left side. Here comes Moak to score. Fath is going to stay at third, and they're on the corners with a one out in the fourth on the RBI single by Goal. So a ground ball there, nothing pretty, just does the trick past the shortstop Saddam and Combs, who's at third today for Harrison. So you get another look at the ground ball that got the RBI. Moak coming in easily from third base. So the sack bunt worked earlier in the inning for Hamilton. Paid off. And you still got Fath over there on third base. He's 90 feet away with a one out in the inning. First pitch, kind of a swing and a miss that time from Jamison Lip. Reached on a fielder's choice his last time up, and he's the first baseman today for Hamilton. Time is called near the plate prior to the 0-1. 0-2. As Daniel got him to chase that time.
You gotta get in play, Five. Big fast. Come on, J-Mo. Come on, J-Mo. Move it, man, move it. Let's go, kid. Come on, J-Mo, come on, boy.
So Lip is down in the hole. Runners on the corners. One out in the fourth. Came right at him, and there is a strike on the inside corner as Jamison Lip watches that go by. Out number 2 in the fourth inning, big one that time for Carter Daniel. Pitch that looked like it was going to start in the outside half and then kind of moved its way in. Breaking action there. Enough to fool Jamison Lip. So here's Chris Rogers. He also struck out his last time up in left field today for Hamilton. In the air to right. Haney moving over there, trying to run his way to get under the ball, and he will. And that's going to end the fourth inning for Harrison defensively, only allowing one run, but the Big Blue are on the board. It's a 2-run ball game now. Good one going here in Harrison on ICRC-TV.
Leaves us with the next item on our agenda is item number 5, opening session.
I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. If you're out here at the parade or listening, thank you again.
Into the end zone, and that is caught by Jaden Wood.
Come on now, how we doing? Y'all feeling all right out there?
Hello and welcome to this edition of This is Glendale. I'm Bet Chorus.
Hey guys, this is Unit 1 crew from Woodlawn Fire Department. We just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And of course, you can always go to ICRC-TV.com.
Always a great day when ICRC is involved.
Another edition of ICRC, bringing the community to you.
Bottom of the fourth will commence here from Harrison High School. It's a 3-1 lead for the hometown Wildcats over the Big Blue from Hamilton. 5-hit day for Harrison. Hamilton, though, striking with a few hits of their own back in that top of the fourth inning. And a 2-run ball game here as we hit the bottom of the fourth from Harrison High School. Jordan Zapata remains on the mound for Hamilton. And to lead it off for the Wildcats as we go back through the order again is DJ Diesman, the leadoff hitter, is at the plate. Third time up, and Diesman, previous 2 times, has hit singles. 2 for 2 on the day. First offering from Zapata is up and away. Bit of a break for Zapata in the last inning is Hamilton putting a few runners on base. Able to scratch across a run. There's a strike to Diesman. This might take a few pitches for Zapata here to kind of get his arm warmed up again. Inside, 2-1. Hitter's count here for Diesman at 3 balls and 1 strike. In center field today is DJ. 3-1. There's a strike. Beautiful pitch there on the outside corner from Zapata. Really did a good job with that one. As the count here is full. Payoff pitch. Diesman lines it to short. Curtis Reed's been busy there all day long. This time the routine play is in time to get Diesman, and Diesman is out for the first time in the game. 2 for 3 he is now. As Curtis Reed, the successful play over there at shortstop. Good stretch by Lip to get the out at first. Curtis Reed seems to be okay too after he kind of pulled something he thought he did on his right leg in the last defensive inning for Hamilton as Reed was diving for a ground ball over there to his right. Cam Herring to the plate next for Harrison. There's strike 1. Herring singled. He flew out to second as well as last time up. Trying to show bunt there on the 0-1. I think his back was extended, and it's 0-2. Zapata here will try to work his way through this top part of the Harrison order. 0-2. Sharply hit ball right over there to center field, and it drops in front of Pfaff. Second single today for Cam Herring. And he's on base here in the bottom of the 4th with 1 out. Sharply hit ball to the outfield. Good swing on that one. So here's the pitcher, Carter Daniel, as he has Herring over there at first base. Daniel with a ground ball to second. Good play by Cole. Second for 1 on the first double play. Great throw by Curtis Reed, and Daniel grounds himself out of the inning. And it's going to remain a 2-run ball game here after the 4th inning as Hamilton taking care of business defensively there. 2-run game in Harrison as we go to the 5th.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to ICRC-TV Sports.
The Wildcats come up big.
Leadoff taken, and we're going for the stolen base.
Well, pretty exciting, especially if you're a Harrison Wildcats fan.
Hey, sports fan! Did you know the OHSAA is among the national leaders in social media? Check out the OHSAA's social media platforms for news, tournament information, accomplishments, helpful links, and all the items available in the fan guide, including photos, DVDs, and publications. Check out OHSAA Sports on Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram. And who knows, you may be the next featured face.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign, not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Top of the fifth is underway here in Harrison. As the first pitch is ball one to the new Hamilton hitter. And Jonathan Alcorn. He's in right field today for the Big Blue. And a swing and a miss as Carter Daniel resumes inning of work number 5 on the hill for the Wildcats. Allowed 1 run through 4 innings thus far in this one. 1 and 2. Patrick Eshaway here with the rest of our great ICRC crew. Getting into the middle to later stages of this one in Harrison. Pitches inside there to Alcorn. So we'll see how long they keep Carter Daniel out there. Not saying at all at this point it's time to pull him. He's been very efficient against a pretty good Hamilton offense. And that is just an example of it. Jonathan Alcorn goes down on strikes for the second time in this game. Daniel keeps on rolling there on the hill for Harrison. Pennington is up next for Hamilton. Another look at this last pitch. Daniel really putting some heat on that one. First pitch was inside on this at-bat to Pennington as Carter Daniel trying to take care of business here again in the 5th inning. There's a strike, it's 1-1. Mentioned just 1 regular season game left for both of these teams. That will occur tomorrow. Hamilton is in Fairfield. Harrison will play at St. X. This is a foul ball there in the left side of the diamond, just past third base. And then the playoffs start on Tuesday, so again, Harrison is going to host Talawanda on this field Tuesday. First round of the playoffs, Harrison is the 13th seed, Talawanda the 16th. That should be a pretty good game between the top 2 teams in the SWAC this season. And then for Hamilton, a matchup they have at home with 31 seeded Whitton Woods, Hamilton the 8th seed. Trouble at first, Zoomer can't knock it down on the hard ground ball hit to him. And reaching at first base is Pennington with his 2nd single of the day. Zoomer, good job to knock it down, just couldn't come up with it. And not able to get over there in time was Daniel to help him out on the bag. Another look at this play. Seen a lot of hard hit ground balls in the infield today, a lot of this kind of stuff. Players just unable to get clean control of balls, and the handoff to Daniel didn't quite work, and with Pennington speed as the leadoff man, able to get down that line pretty quickly and get to first base with 1 out here in the 5th. Next hitter is Curtis Reed, the shortstop. Couple of flyouts in the day for Curtis Reed. Senior making yet another at bat on this great year for him. 458 was his average coming into this game. Outside corner, that hits for Daniel. And it's 1-1. One out here in the 5th. You got Pennington over there on first base. Pretty healthy leadoff from him. Outside is Dalio taking a glance over there at first base. Maddox has stolen 5 this year. Two-one. Never mind. Daniel will check back over, and Pennington there in time. Three-one Wildcats here in the 5th. 2-run game. Runner goes, ground ball right to the shortstop. Saddam is on that, throws to first. There's your out. Hit and run will send Pennington to second. And he's in scoring position with now 2 outs in the 5th. Saddam, the good play to get it over there to first base, and Zuber able to squeeze, but this is textbook hit and run action here. We'll see. Nice chopper. Pennington was there, and Zuber able to stretch out for that one at first base. So Daniel needs just one more out in this inning to get out of it. There's a low pitch, the first one to Curtis Smoke, who's in the 3-hole today for Hamilton. Lefty singled his last time up. Ground ball that will be fouled there down the first base side. Count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike. Pennington still kind of leading off over there on second base. Pretty healthy as Dalio kind of looks him down after that pitch. Two and one is the count to Moak. And that is a ground ball, and they say swinging on it was Moak, as the ball is on the ground, in the ground, whatever you want to say. Low pitch. Check swing by Moak, and he's in the hole now, 2-2. Pennington still at second, 2 outs in the 5th. It's going to be a big strikeout for Daniel, a big out if he can get it. 2-2. Pitch out that time from Dalio as he sprung right up. Payoff pitch is on the way to Curtis Moak. You got Fath on deck, he's their cleanup man. 3-2. That is right to the second baseman, and Blank makes the catch in the soft liner. Right place, right time for Nathan Blank. It remains a 2-run ball game here as Harrison's turn the bat when we come back on ICRC-TV.
On air or online, this is media for your community. This is ICRC-TV.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
sun is shining. Few clouds in the sky here at Harrison High School as we hit the bottom half of the fifth in this one between the Wildcats and the Big Blue. 3-1 is your Harrison lead. Wildcats turn to bat here in this fifth inning. On ICRC-TV, glad you're with us. Patrick Esch and rest of our great crew with you here from Harrison. The Wildcats have led this entire game except when it was tied 0-0 at the start. Good defense today from Harrison. The bats were working for the Wildcats in the first few innings of this game. They've been somewhat quiet the last few times up. See if that changes here in this fifth as Zapata continuing to be strong on the hill for Hamilton. Inning number 5 of work about to get started for number 15 there. And this is Mason Dalio, the cleanup man. They'll get things started for Harrison. As Dalio, Zuber, and Combs, 4, 5, and 6 spots are due up in the fifth. First pitch is high and a count 1-0. Good pitching for both sides today. Zapata has been great. Just a few shaky at-bats there in the start. Otherwise, he would have a lot lower of a run count right now. He's been very efficient these last couple of innings for Hamilton. 2-0 pitch. That is low. Count was at 3-0 on Dalio, who is catching today as well for Harrison. Ball 4, 4-pitch walk. Dalio is aboard here in the fifth. Leadoff walk, and he is going to be on first base. With Zuber, the first baseman, coming up. Second time Dalio has walked today.
The first baseman, number 11, Braden Zuber.
So Braden, the righty, steps in. Zuber to the plate. Man on first, nobody out here in the fifth. We'll check back over there to Dalio. Mason has stolen 1 base this year, the senior. Showing bunt is Zuber, gets it down right to the pitcher, Zapata. Oh my goodness, defensive miscue for Hamilton. Miscommunication, Zuber's onto the bunt single, they're on first and second here in the fifth. Bunt coverage error there as you had Lip, the first baseman, charged the ball as Zapata did the same and nobody was there to cover the base.
Now batting number 7, the third baseman, Cade.
Super an easy way to get up that line, nobody there to get him. It was Zapata who ended up trying to make that effort over there, but could not beat out the batter in Zuber. So 2 men on, the 6 hole is up. Here's Cade Combs. He does have an RBI on the day, reached on an error. First time up in this one. Trying to extend this Harrison lead past 2 runs. First pitch of bunt that is fouled away. Cade Combs is at third base today for the Wildcats. We'll see what they do here. Do you bunt with nobody out, or do you let Combs swing the bat? Well, there's 7, 8, and 9 spots due up after this. Almost thought about a bunt that's going to drop it for a strike anyway. Good pitch from Zapata. 0-2. So he's going to have to swing now with Dalio. You see there over on second, and Zuber is on first. In the air to left, Combs will send Rogers over there to make the catch, and the runners are going to stay put. 15 fly to left, and Rogers was playing over to near where the ball dropped. So there's stay on first and second here in this fifth inning.
Now batting number 5, the DH, Grant Morris.
And here's Grant Morris. Single for him, also reached on an error in this game. Still got Dalio there on your screen at second base. First pitch is a strike from Zapata. Fans thought that one was outside of the zone. Oh, 1. Ground ball through the hole on the left side. They're going to hold Dalio at third base. And they are loaded with one out here in the fifth. As Morse aboard with his second single of the day. Third time on base with Sedan coming up.
Now batting number 20, the shortstop.
There's a textbook single on the ground left side through that hole of Stevens and Reed at third and short. And Harrison knocking on the door here, threatening with some potential runs on base. One out in the fifth. Sedan will try to extend this lead beyond the 3-1 lead it already is for the Wildcats. First pitch is outside, 1-0. And Anthony Sedan had a single his last time up. Poked the ball through to the outfield. Ono is outside. So yeah, Dalio is on third. Zuber is on second. And Grant Morse holding up forward at first base for Harrison. 2-0. 3-0. Again, you see on your screen, our crowd here continues to grow. In Harrison High School. There's a strike on the 31. Fans thought that one was low. And they came just in time to see a big inning in this game. Bottom of the fifth, 2-run ball game. We knew this was going to be close. Can Harrison try to add more to this lead? Or will Hamilton's defense shut this down? In the air to center. Pennington tracked it, makes the catch, and the runners are going to have to hold. Beg your pardon, that's Fath actually over there in center field for the big blow. And Devin Fath with a perfect job to track that ball down, get under it, and make the catch. Nearly a diving effort there for Hamilton. Beautiful play. As Dalio was halfway at third base between third and home. But he had to trot his way back after Fath made a tremendous catch out there in center field. Number 7 might have well just saved this inning for Hamilton. They remain loaded with 2 outs. Swing and a miss on the next pitch to Nathan Blank. Third time through the order today for Harrison, and Deesman, the leadoff man, is due up next. They're still loaded here, and it's 0-2 in the fifth. Big pitch from Zapata. He can get out of this jam without any damage. Ground ball to short. Curtis Reed is on it. Routine play to first. Throw is off. They don't get him. Run scores in. Mason Dalio on the play. Defensive miscue from Hamilton makes it 4-1 Harrison. And reaching aboard on that error is Nathan Blank. As Curtis Reed maybe could have gone to second there for the force. Instead decides to go to first. The throw is off. Sends Lip moving away there. It's actually, I beg your pardon, Ethan Stone is now playing first base for Hamilton, but nonetheless, Stone was sent to his left on that play and just unable to tag Blank, the runner. Made a good effort, but the umpire there said he did not touch him. So they remain loaded with 2 outs. It's a 3-run game again. Harrison gets that run back after they let 3-0 early parts of this one. And this is going to get over goal there at second base. Harrison's going to send a couple of runs home. The throw to second. 6-1 Wildcats. RBI single by Diesman. His 3rd hit of the day. It's a 5-run game now in the 5th. As Blank moves to 3rd. DJ Diesman jumping on early in the at-bat. Swings through that one. Goal and able to handle it there at second. Couple of runs coming through for Harrison. And the hustle on the base paths gives the Wildcats a 6-1 lead here in the 5th. Big offensive inning for the hometown team. There's Cam Herring, the number 2 hitter, is up now for Harrison. Runner goes from first to second. Diesman in there easily with the head first slide. As Blank staying at third, so another on second and third with 2 outs. Chance here for Herring to do even more damage as Zapata's been hit pretty hard in this 5th.
Mind your way. Here. Pull. Yeah, get yourself.
0-1. Chopper that's foul. There are singles today for Cam Herring as well. Oh, 2 your count. Zapata will try to get out of it here against Cam Herring. Low. Count is 1-2 in the 5th. If we get to the next hitter, it'll be Carter Daniel, the pitcher. We'll see if the Wildcats go back to him as we go to the 6th. Next half inning, 2-2 now is the pitch missing high. Umpire says it's 3-2, so this is actually going to be a full count pitch. Big one coming here for Zapata. And it's fouled back. There's Carter Daniel waiting on deck. 3-2 pitch coming here. In the air and foul into the parking lot. Down the right field line. Still runners on second and third. Diesman and Blank still aboard for Harrison. That's Diesman there at second with a big leadoff. And another pitch that's fouled away, this time left side of the field. Look out. I went off the car.
Third truck on the right.
Look out, look coming here from Zapata. Nice battle he's got going with Cam Herring. 3-2, that's gonna go on her right. It's a base hit. You got Blank that's gonna score. Diesman coming into home with a throw. He slides in, safe at first. 8-1 Harrison. RBI single. Herring wins the battle there. The long battle with Zapata. Top of the order for Harrison today has been lights out at the plate. Good swing by Cam Herring. It was probably around the 10th pitch of the at-bat. Drops a beautiful single. Going opposite field and to right. Alcorn's throw was good, but Diesman able to slide in before it. Getting past the catcher. catcher, Moak. The Wildcats have just blown this one open here in the 5th inning at 8-1 as a meeting at the mound. We might get a pitching change here for Hamilton. I think we will. As Podestay is going to be done on the hill for the Big Blue. He had a bit of a shaky start to this one. Gave up 3 runs in the first couple of innings, but then inning 3, inning 4, he was lights out until now when 5 runs have been put across the plate by Harrison here in this 5th inning. So I believe that's her new pitcher. That would be Jonathan Alcorn, who was in right. And the sophomore will take over the duties here on the hill for the Big Blue. Hamilton is going to have a new right fielder. We'll try to get that to you as soon as we hear who it is. And we'll revisit during the pitching change our keys to the game. And this now 8-1 affair belonging to the Wildcats. Harrison's trying to get some revenge on Hamilton after these teams met 4 years ago, and the Big Blue ended up winning on this field here in Harrison. It was a close one then too, 11-9, although this one was close till about now, and now it's not close anymore. And we knew we'd see offense today too, although the storyline, Harrison's offense right on par at about 9 runs per game. They have 8 now at this point in the 5th, but Hamilton just won, usually around 8 runs per game for the Big Blue from the GMC. And again, playoffs in everybody's minds. Hamilton and Winton Woods, your matchup next week on Tuesday in the Division 1, District 2 here in the southwest part of the state. And Harrison plays Talawanda right here on this field on Tuesday. Harrison the 13, Talawanda the 16 seed in Southwest District 2. Your pitcher's up for Harrison, Carter Daniel. So there's Alcorn. He's the new pitcher on the mound for Hamilton. And Jonathan on the hill this year makes appearance number 6, 14 1/3, 2-0 record, 16 strikeouts, ERA of 5.37. First pitch to Daniel is low, runner's gonna go. The throw to second will not be in time. Is Herring able to reach on the ball that trickled in front of the Hamilton catcher in Moak. And as Herring now will move up into scoring position. Still 2 outs here in the 5th. A lot of damage by the Wildcats in this inning has been done with a couple of outs. Daniel singled today, got an RBI on that. He also grounded into a double play. This is a ground ball to the third baseman, Stevens. Long throw, gets him in time. And the pitching change works for the Big Blue as Alcorn comes on, gets the much needed out to get Hamilton out of this 5th inning. 8-1, Wildcats score 5 in the 5th. They've blown it open here in Harrison on ICRC-TV.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to ICRC-TV Sports.
The Wildcats come up big.
Leadoff taken, and we're going for the stolen base.
Well, pretty exciting, especially if you're a Harrison Wildcats fan.
Let's take a time out to talk about educational athletics. That means the school sports are an extension of the classroom. Student athletes earn the privilege of participation in sports by succeeding during the school day first, before they put on the team uniform after. Student athletes prove that with better attendance records, higher GPAs, and fewer discipline issues than non-student athletes. That's what it means to be a part of the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Play Eric Amarola's Race Day Mix.
Your score, 8-1. Wildcats of Harrison lead the Big Blue from Hamilton as we start the 6th inning here from Harrison High School. The beautiful beautiful hills around Harrison, Ohio, shining bright in the mid-May sunlight today. Beautiful shot there as Wildcats take the field on defense here in their second to last regular season game of the year. Same is true for the Big Blue from Hamilton. And Big Blue going to try to get those bats working here in the sixth. They're down 7 after a huge inning by Harrison, who now has 10 hits, I should say, in this game thus far. They have 8 runs now. Carter Daniel is out for inning of work number 6. And the first one is high to the Hamilton hitter and Devin Fath, who is the cleanup man today. Ground out to shortstop and a walk. And been the at-bats today for Fath. Gets a hold of this one to left. There's a single, and the yard Hamilton needs. Good job there by Herring to field that one cleanly, but get Fath aboard here with a single in this one. Good swing on that. Cleanup man reaches, who's also in center field today for Hamilton. Made a great catch earlier on in this one. Kind of dove out for a little shallow fly ball that went into center field. First pitch called a strike to McCain and Stevens in the 5 spot today for Hamilton. McCain in a sac bunt his last time up, moved a couple runners up to second and third. One of them eventually scoring, and that was Hamilton's only run of this game. Daniel with a gas. Count moves to 1-2. Gardner's velocity today has gotten up there at times. He's been very effective through 5 innings, allowing 1. 1-2. Outside, just misses the corner.
Take.
Still got Fath over there on first base. You'd imagine they wouldn't steal him in this position. They're swatting runners on base. Hamilton does just try to come back in this one, but it's hard against the arm of Carter Daniel. Another strikeout for number 15 in white, as Stevens is retired via the strikeout for the second time today. On the look. Got him in on the hands. Matthew Cole is the new hitter for Hamilton. He's at second. One out here in the 6th. And call that one a strike. Hamilton fans thought it was a little outside and low. Count moves to 0-2. Fath still over there on first base. 0-2, swing and a miss. 3-pitch strikeout. Goal retired by Carter Daniel. Seems like Carter's just getting hotter and hotter as this game goes on, as that time goal was tricked. All 3 pitches, 2 outs here in the 6th. New hitters Jamison Lip. Or no, excuse me, they did make a substitution. Hamilton did on defense a couple of innings ago. This is actually Ethan Stone. He's a sophomore. Jamison Lip no longer at first base for the Big Blue. Stone has appeared lots of times for Hamilton this season. At bat number 12 on the year for Ethan Stone. Scored 2 runs this year, 182 is his average. 3 RBIs on the year for Stone as well. 1-1. 1-2. Two and two on the inside look there. As Ethan Stone digs back into the right-handed batter's box. 3 and 2.
Hey, knock it down. Put that out, get into the game.
2 outs here in the 6th. Man on first. And Devin Fath in the 7-run Harrison lead. Just missing the outside corner. Daniel doesn't get that call, and Stone goes to first with a walk. Carson Rogers is up next for Hamilton. Very close.
Hey, anything, you belly up. Nothing goes through it. Nothing.
Strikeout today for Rogers.
Period. Anthony.
Left fielder in the 8 spot. Swing and a miss.
Hey. Cover your position. That's all we care here. We want it out. He runs down, you'll throw him.
Sun disappearing a little bit here in Harrison. Behind the clouds as the count moves to 0-2. It's a little more shady out here at Harrison High School. Another high one there from Daniel. Might play around here for a few pitches on Rogers. 1-2. Sharply hit ground ball to short. Daniel with some trouble, not going to make a play. And they're loaded with 2 outs in the 6th. Daniel's going to have to work a little bit harder to get out of this inning. Sedan, a good job to knock the ball down, but unable to come up with the out. Just kind of fumbled it there, lost it in his glove on the transfer, and everybody's safe on the play. So can the Big Blue take advantage of this? Down by 7 in the 6th. This is Alcorn, the right fielder. He has struck out multiple times today as well. Time is called near the plate. Ball gets away, runners will stay. As Dalio's some trouble coming up on that one, and you gotta think now that Carter Daniel starting to get to the end of his tank here. He's been extremely efficient and effective. This is the inning where he's faced the most adversity in terms of runners on base on the hill today. Another pitch in the dirt. Nice job, Dalio, to knock it down. Runners stay put as the count moves to 2-0. And then here comes Sean Souders. You'd love to have Carter Daniel get out of this inning so he could pitch on his line. 6 innings allowing a run, and maybe you put him back out there for the 7th. Nobody's out there to warm up for Harrison. So it looks like the plan at this point is just to get Daniel out of this inning and then maybe reevaluate from there. Looks like he's going to stay out, just needed a little breather. Souders will head back into his dugout. Longtime head coach at Harrison, very successful. Especially this year, getting his program to a SWAC championship in 2021. And back in 2019, Harrison was about a 500 team that finished 12-15. Got to the third round of the playoffs that year, though, losing eventually to Mason. 3-0 is your count, as Alcorn here will watch that strike go by the outside corner. Daniel finally finding the zone in this at bat. 3-1 is low, walking in a run, Carter Daniel. And now it's an 8-2 ball game. Is scoring on that play is Pfaff, who was the first runner aboard in this inning.
Now batting number 13, Maddox Pennington.
So it is Pennington up next for Hamilton, the leadoff man in the DH today. 2 outs here in the 6th. Fly ball to left, that's going to be out of play and foul in the softball field. Couple of singles on the day for Maddox Pennington. Ground out as well. Pitches high to the senior. And then it's 1-1. Still 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Daniel just needs one more to get out of it. Ace is still loaded as Pennington fouls it back. He knew that was his pitch. Showing some emotion there after making contact. They are juiced and the sun is back out in Harrison. Daniel would like to get it out here sooner rather than later, as this meet of the Hamilton order coming up soon. Another fly ball that'll be foul into the softball field. One-two coming here. What does Daniel do? Goes high and away. Two-two. Swing and a miss. Pennington goes down on strikes. And Carter Daniel, the much-needed exit to this inning. 8-2 remains your score here after 6.5. And Carter Daniel, that man, the pitcher for Harrison, has been lights out all day today. A little bit of trouble here in the 6th. But it has really been him that's kept Harrison in this game so far. A lot of strikeouts for number 15 in white. 8-2, Wildcats lead it. To the bottom of the 6th we go on ICRC-TV.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to ICRC-TV Sports.
The Wildcats come up big.
Leadoff taken, and we're going for the stolen base.
Well, pretty exciting, especially if you're a Harrison Wildcats fan.
Hi, I'm Clark Kellogg. I've attended basketball games from coast to coast over the years as a participant, broadcaster, parent, and fan. And believe me, I've seen my share of unsporting behavior. The purpose of school sports is for kids to have fun, develop their skills, and learn lessons that will last a lifetime. So when you attend a school contest, please keep that in mind. Remember to behave in a way that reflects positively on your child, your school, and your community. Let's respect the game.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
On air or online, this is media for your community. This is ICRC-TV.
Eight to 2, those Harrison Wildcats lead the Hamilton Big Blue as we hit the bottom of the 6th. Here from Harrison on ICRC-TV, Patrick Escher with you, rest of our great crew on hand for this one. Was a close game up until the bottom of the 5th inning, and then the Wildcats pouring on 5 runs in that frame to give themselves here in the 6-run lead as Hamilton tacking on another run in the last half inning. And that's where we are so far at this point here from Harrison High School. That is Jonathan Alcorn, and he is the pitcher for Hamilton. Did face a runner, or a batter I should say, back in the 5th when he came in and relieved, so he's already pitched a third of an inning at this point. But the sophomore will resume his duties here on the hill for the Big Blue, as Harrison bats again for the 6th time as a team in this game.
Now leading off your Harrison Wildcats, number 22, Mason Dallio.
So here is Mason Dallio. He's the cleanup man today. Scored a run, couple of walks as well for Harrison. As the SWAC champions trying to strongly close out their regular season. Final home game of the regular season for the Wildcats today. They're back home on Tuesday for the first round of the playoffs against Talawanda, a longtime SWAC rival. It's been a pretty good game on Tuesday. 2 teams that met each other this year, very close. Each game has been, one of them decided in extra innings. Two and 1 is your count here to Dallio. Hamilton gets Winton Woods on Tuesday. They will play them at home. That's a pitch is low here to Dallio. So if Hamilton were to win on Tuesday at home against 31 seeded Winton Woods, they would take on the winner of the 14 seeded Lebanon and 19 seeded West Claremont game. And Hamilton, if they were to move on to that round, would also host that matchup. These 2 teams would not meet each other unless they both made it to the district final in the playoffs. Otherwise, they will not see each other again this year. In fact, it's the first time these 2 teams, as we talked about with our keys to the game graphic, first time these teams have seen each other in 4 years. We have action in the Wildcat bullpen. Looks like throwing there is Drew Mason, the junior. And another player up as well, that might be Logan Souders, a senior. If I could read that number correctly, and it's not number 9. Here's Zuber. 1-0, his count is Dallio on first. Sharp liner right in the center. Zooming on here in the 6th for Harrison Zuber. Another single, his 2nd of the day. Good cut on that one, and dropped a beautiful textbook single right there in the center. So here is Cade Combs. He has an RBI on the day. Has flown out as well. Looks like we got a pinch hitter, beg your pardon. This is Brandon Beebe for Harrison. Wearing number 14. Junior steps in. He's seen action at many spots in the infield this year. So the day is done, at least at the plate, it looks like, for Cade Combs. As Beebe steps into this 6-hole here for Harrison in the 6th inning. Couple of men on here with nobody out. As the count is 1-1. Good experience for these players who are a bit younger. And we'll start to get a lot more varsity experience in the coming years. Guys like Beebe and Jonathan Alcorn on the mound. Get into a varsity game, get some varsity reps. Toward the end of the regular season here, build some confidence going into next year. if you're a fan of either of these two teams, you're going to start to see some players probably these next few innings that you're going to see a lot more of in our next few seasons. Count is 1-2. Beebe gets the bunt down. Alcorn will field it and throw it away. One run is coming in for Harrison. That's Talio. They're going to hold up Zuber at third. And now Zuber's going to move home as that throw got away. So now the home plate umpire is coming out to say that Zuber maybe has to go back. Or is he out? Umpire is making the outside. So it looks like they're going to send these runners back. I think your partner, I'm really not sure why. As we'll look again at this play. So the bunt got down that time from Beebe. Well, maybe they say that Beebe interfered with a catch there as Stone was trying to make it for Hamilton. And so that is probably why the umpire is sending those runners back. As we do have, it says on the scoreboard, 1 out here in the 6th. New hitters up for Harrison. And Grant Morse, the 7 hitter. And this is going to be a strike.
Take it up now, 'cause you pissed at us. Here we go here. Come on, let's go here. Come on, Grant. Take it hard, kid. Find a barrel.
Looks like they called Beebe out on that play. There is 1 out here in the 6th inning. Runners are back at 2nd and 3rd. Dalio's on 3rd. Zuber's on 2nd. And there is a strike. It's 0-2.
Close enough to go after it. Started. Come on, baby.
As Grant Morse continues his at bat, runners on 2nd and 3rd. It is a sack situation. 6-run Wildcat lead. Reaching for that one was Morse.
Go ahead, touch it.
And runs to first there, so I guess.
Are you calling now when it hits the ground?
Okay, he was out, so it was a strikeout. I was a little confused why he ran at first base. And now we're going to get an umpire explanation. Alcorn is smiling it off. That's all you can do sometimes. So I guess he thought it was a drop third strike. Morse did. And wondering why he could not go to first base, but just a little rules clarification there. We shouldn't be back and ready. I believe he couldn't go to first because there was already runners on. Nonetheless, Saddam is up for Harrison here in this 8-2 game in the 6th. 2 are out. Fly ball to right. This is in shallow right, and a great catch there, I believe, or did that drop? Well, I believe the catch was made by the right fielder over there for Hamilton, and that is out number 3 of the 6th inning. Beg your pardon, a little hard to see from our angle here. And we're going to go to the 7th when we come back. As Hamilton ends the inning there with some pretty good defense. 8-2 your score. The final frame when we come back on ICRC-TV.
The year was 1907. The Cubs won the World Series and the Ford Model R hit the assembly line. While here in Ohio, school administrators came together to form the Ohio High School Athletic Association. One thing that hasn't changed since 1907 is the dedication of the OHSAA to education-based athletics in Ohio. School sports teach responsibility, sportsmanship, and life lessons that stay with students long after their playing days are over. The OHSAA seeks to prepare students not for the next level of sport, but for the next level of life.
You made your house a reality. Homeschooling yourself on loans, color-coding listings, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. If you can ace house hunting, you can do it for retirement. Get on track with tips at aceyourretirement.org.
Touchdown! Did you see that? Whoa, we
scored?
Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride.
Wait, why does my face look like that?
Eight to 2 is your score here at inning number 7 from Harrison High School. Curtis Reed will hit here for Hamilton. As there is Carter Daniel, maybe trying to go for this complete game here for the Wildcats. He started. Has only allowed 2 at this point in the game as Reed gets a hold of this one to left. Left fielder coming back and Herring, and the catch is made for the first out. Easy start here for Daniel. Jason Dudley, our executive producer. Josh Semserat, our producer and director here from Harrison. The rest of our great ICRC crew is on hand. Of our hardworking camera operators. Ground ball over here to first base. And there is another easy play. 2 pitches, 2 outs. As Zuber steps on the bag here in the 7th. So Moak is retired. And here's Fat, the cleanup man for the Big Blue. As Moak trots his way back into the dugout. Just hasn't been Hamilton's game. Struggled a lot offensively and defensively. Was really troubled by some hard-hit ground balls by Harrison earlier on in this one. Hamilton was just unable to come up with a lot of plays defensively today when they needed to. And at the end of the day, when the Harrison bats needed to get working, they got working. Fire came out to switch balls, I believe, there with Carter Daniel. We did see action in the Harrison bullpen earlier on, with the Wildcats deciding to throw out Daniel, try to get him the complete game here against the Big Blue. There's a strike. It's 1-1. Devin Fath single today, a walk as well, ground out to shortstop in the mix too. There's another strike. 1-2 is your count here in the 7th, and Daniel can try to get out of this one with a 2-run, 7-inning complete game. One-two to Fath. Foul grounder over there on the third base side. To third. Combs throws it. There's the out. And the Harrison Wildcats beat the Hamilton Big Blue 8-2, your final. What a beautiful mid-May day here in Harrison.
Final score, Harrison 8.
As Devin Fath, the ground out to third base, ends it on a great play just in time. The throw came over, and the Wildcats winners continue their momentum. Win number 17 on the year for Harrison grabs a big victory against a good Hamilton team this year. Your final score here from Harrison, 8-2. The Wildcats win it. 12 hits on the day for Harrison. The offense won it for them. Big Blue had 4 hits, 4 errors for Hamilton. Defensively just wasn't their day. A couple of errors as well for the Wildcats in this one too. So for all of our hard-working camera people, our men and women working inside the truck, Josh Semserat, our producer, Patrick Eschen, saying so long, good afternoon, and good night from Harrison, Ohio. 8-2 your final. Wildcats win it. Thanks for watching this presentation of OHSAA Varsity Sports on ICRC-TV.